Welcome to chapter 11. If you're still watching this series, good for you, seriously. This stuff has been game changing for me, so I hope it's been for you as well. Okay, so chapter 11 is your trading identity. And what I want to say about this is if you're one of those people who just can't understand why you don't do what you know you're supposed to, right? You know how to be successful, but you can't do it. This is probably going to be very, very, very eye opening chapter and video for you. So let's just go ahead and dive into this. One of the most powerful chapters in the book, Jared Tendler dives deep into the eternal identity that drives your trading behavior. Okay? All right. If you see yourself as inconsistent, emotional, or impulsive, you will act that way, no matter how much strategy or education you have. Why? Because the identity is the foundation of our behavior. It defines what you tolerate, what you expect from yourself, what actions feel normal or wrong. How far do you let yourself go before pulling back? All right. So, whatever you believe on the inside is really what is going to be the foundation of your behavior and how you act. So, if you tell yourself you're an emotional trader, your your psyche is going to be like, yeah, that's normal for me to be emotional trader, and that's the way you're going to act. If you tell yourself that you're a profitable and consistent trader, then that's what your psyche is going to start believing. So this chapter is going to talk about how to, change this, and this is powerful. This is extremely powerful. All right, here we go. So this chapter shows how your beliefs, values, and eternal self-talk create an emotional ceiling and how to break through it. Okay? Yet again, this is not just some mumbo jumbo. This is real stuff here. Whether you realize it or not, you have an internal story that says, "I'm the kind of trader who, whatever, FOMOs, over risks, just gets wrecked." Like whatever you believe about yourself is definitely gonna, there's gonna be an internal story that is playing out. So it's kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy. We're not gonna get into like a bunch of hokey stuff, but you need to put yourself in the right mind frame. And a lot of times this starts before you even turn on your computer. Okay? Maybe, you need to, take a nice walk or a brisk walk or do an exercise or cold plunge or whatever you need to do to put yourself in the right mindset to say, I'm a successful trader and I'm going to live that out today. Okay. So it is all about mindset and, self-fulfilling prophecy and whatever, right? But trust me, this stuff is not hokey. It's all about your mind. It's what's going on. And okay, I think it was video 6, maybe 7, 8, I don't remember. But the battle is with you, right? It's with yourself. That's why people who trade the same strategy, I mean, trust me, I'm in a room full of traders quite often, and you have people taking the same trades and some getting absolutely wrecked and some they're good. It's crazy. Okay. So let's talk about this. Okay. So until that story changes, your results won't. Okay. Your identity is the filter through which all trading decisions pass. If your current self image doesn't align with success, you will sabotage progress. Okay? A lot of you guys feel that. All right? This snuck up on me, really. Like, I didn't really think about this too much, but lately I've been telling myself that I'm a consistent, profitable trader who can do this, right? Who can hit his goals, who can be not overly emotional, who can be in control. That's what I've been telling myself lately, for sure. 100%. Just to keep that, like, oh, I'm a greedy trader. I deal with FOMO. Like, just to keep that under control. Yes, I do deal with greed. Yes, I do deal with FOMO. But yes, I can control it and I can, be profitable. So, beliefs like I'm always emotional, I can't handle pressure become self fulfilling prophecies. Excuse me. Long term change just isn't about changing behavior, it's about upgrading identity. Okay. Become con- To become consistent, you must believe that you are the kind of trader who trades with consistency. Okay? Start telling yourself this. I'm telling you. No joke. Put it next to your kindergarten chart with all your gold stars. Put a little mirror and tell yourself, the trader that you're going to be and that you are, right? Like this kind of stuff, it's not hokey, and I think the reason why I can agree with that is the people that I've actually seen follow this kind of mentality, they do become successful, right? Those who continue to just call themselves bad traders and FOMOers, and they just get swept away by that mindset of negative, they're stuck. Okay. And then me also myself have dealt with these exact things. And this is something that, took me a little, it kind of snuck up on me in a way. Like I didn't realize that, I was just being negative, had a negative mindset. But as I would start to slip, into a losing streak, the losing streak would last so much longer because I would be in this negative mindset. And eventually I started telling myself, no, man, this is going to end. This losing streak is going to end because my strategy says so. My data says so. And then it would end, and it started ending faster. And then I was reading this book and I'm like, dude, this is so true. Like our behavior is truly rooted in what we think of ourselves. All right, so action steps. Like, let's fix it, right? I'm kind of a fix it person. So let's talk about how to fix it. Write your current trading identity. I'm the kind of trader who makes money. I'm the kind of trader who does not FOMO. I'm the kind of trader who is in control, whatever it needs to be. You know what it needs to be. When I've worked with people, a lot of times they already know the answers to all this stuff. They've just never thought about it, right? It's all in their head because they live it. They just never considered it. They never thought about it. They never journaled it. They never wrote it down. Right? So be honest. What comes up? Chases price, doubts their edge, overanalyzes, follow rules until things get emotional. Right? Just be honest with yourself. If you're not a trader who's profitable yet, talk about it. I'm not a profitable trader. And then why? Because I doubt my edge. I don't have a real edge. I strategy jump. I chase price. I see a big green or big red candle and I just want to go with it. Okay. So fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Spend the time doing what most won't. Okay. And I hope I've said that enough in this series. Continue doing the things that most won't. And that's how you will end up being that top percentage who is profitable. All right. This gives you the blueprint of your current identity, right? So kind of, write down the honest things about yourself and the way you see yourself as a trader. Okay. And then define your ideal trading identity. Now rewrite it intentionally. I am the kind of trader who waits for high probability setups, stays calm under pressure, executes my plan with discipline, learns from losses without overreacting. Okay. Rewrite your story, rewrite your beliefs, because some of what you may believe about yourself is a lie, right? I don't want to get into the programming that goes on, but these markets aren't designed to make you feel good. They're a casino. They're meant to hit your brain a certain way, and we won't go down that rabbit hole. But let's just stay focused. Read it daily and act as if. Okay. Each morning or pre-market, read your ideal identity statement out loud. Visualize yourself trading that way, and then act in alignment with it, even when it doesn't feel natural yet. Okay. So I've talked a little bit about Jocko's book, Extreme Ownership, right? The Navy SEAL commander. And I've talked about the training they go through. Okay. One of the first things they do in the military, in a sense, okay, and I'm talking from a civilian perspective. So if you're in the military and you're like, like just let me know in the comments. Okay. This is from a civilian perspective, but you do get broken down. Okay. Your identity does get, in a sense, broken down. Why? Because they want to rebuild you. Okay, they want to build you back up into a soldier. All right. So when we do the same thing, right? When we identify that I'm a FOMO trader, right? And I don't want to be that trader anymore. Well, I need to rewrite what I need to become, right? So I want to become a trader who is patient and waits on price and good entries, right? I don't FOMO. So how am I going to teach myself that? Well, I'm going to read it, write it, say it. Okay. And then, I need to visualize myself doing it. Okay. Navy SEALs go through this. They do go through training, and they do go through written training. All right. But then comes the real training. Okay. And a lot of the training is done on the actual live trading floor. Okay. But you need to treat it as such. You need to be like, this is my training room. Okay. I'm going to step in this room, and I don't care if it doesn't feel good, if it feels uncomfortable, but I am going to train myself today not to FOMO. Look, big green candle. I will not take the trade that I normally would. I will wait. And if I miss it, I miss it. And you start to train yourselves. That's what these guys do. Okay. They don't just read a book about kicking indoors and doing a house sweep for terrorists. They read about it, they get taught it in a classroom, but then what do? They go out to a practice field, and then they start doing it. And they do it with serious intensity, right? And they're very intentional about the training. Same thing. Okay. So then you're going to act in alignment with it, even if it doesn't feel natural yet. Okay, that's very important. It's not going to feel natural until it does, and that's going to take a lot of time. Okay, you're rewriting from the inside out. All right, catch the old identity in real time. During trading, ask, which version of me is making this decision? Is this in alignment with my new identity? Okay. This awareness allows you to choose differently in the moment. This is huge. This has been a game changer for me, okay? Is that in the moment I can choose not to trade out of fear, okay? I have been revenge trading much, much, much less, okay? And it's because this kind of mindset has given me the opportunity live, like while I'm trading, in the moment, I can choose differently. Okay. So, encouragement. In this chapter, this chapter is a game changer. Why? Because it puts you back in control. Okay. You're not a prisoner of your habits, your past, or your worst trading moments. You're a story in progress, and you get to write the next chapter. This is huge. Okay. This is the mindset of it. All right. This is how you change what kind of trader you are. You already have proof you can trade well. This is so true with most people. Most people are like, I know if I could just stop doing A, B, C, I would be profitable. Okay. Now it's time to become the kind of trader who does it consistently. Every time you act with discipline, every time you pause instead of reacting, every time you show up aligned with your new identity. Okay. This is amazing. It's not just taking better trades, it's you becoming a better trader. All right. You are the trader you were meant to be. All right. This stuff is like is it's not hokey. It's definitely been game changing for me. In my opinion, Jared Tendler really knows what he's talking about. I definitely recommend his book if you don't have it already. And it's time for you to take control of you, right? I think that was the biggest thing that I was dealing with, is that, I was a revenge trader, and I was such a revenge trader that I trained my revenge trading, so I became a good revenge trader. But still, revenge trading, whether you're good or not, requires high risk. And high risk kind of requires you to lose a lot of accounts and to blow accounts and stuff. And I was just tired of that roller coaster, so I was able to, take a lot of these principles and put them together, and then take control of me again, right? And as I'm trading, I'm like, okay, this is not who I want to be. It's like, okay, well, good, stop. Stop this behavior. And I would stop. And yeah, maybe I took a loss or two, but I didn't blow the account, right? Or I didn't save the account like crazy. Okay, but risking too much. It's usually what happened. So I really hope this has been encouraging. You guys go ahead and drop the likes and, share this out and do all that wonderful stuff. Appreciate your feedback. You can drop comments below. And if you guys want, we have a free Discord. You can come join and just have good conversation, with some like-minded traders who want to take the trading psychology seriously, but who are really, really, really pushing, to do this on a professional level. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.